Getting a university degree in 2026 is the equivalent of starting a newspaper business in 2015. It's a losing proposition. You're gonna, you're bleeding money and you're not going to go anywhere with it because it is slowly dying. And that's the reality with degrees. Yet nobody realizes this. Everybody is getting out of school, getting out of high school, and they're like, what are you going to do? Oh, you take a year off or you go work and you're considered a failure. Yet you go to school in university or college and you're considered a champion for some strange reason. Like, everyone has degrees put on a pedestal because, well, it made sense because 20, 30 years ago, like back in the 1990s, back in the early 2000s, you got rewarded for this. You got, like, the way the world used to work is you got rewarded for knowledge and specialization. If you had a special skill, you got rewarded for that. Like, back in the day, it was all labor jobs, and then as machinery came in, it pushed some labor jobs out, and it created a need for technicians. It created a need for the internet, for example. It created so many jobs, and it upgraded the level, so you needed more knowledge and specialization to then get money. It's pretty simple. However, in the new world that is coming, the opposite is true. The first thing to go is going to be the jobs of people holding degrees. They're the first jobs on the chopping block when AI, artificial intelligence, comes in and wipes them all out. Now, that's a bold claim. People are gonna say this and be like, oh, that's bullshit. He's fear-mongering. I'm not. I actually think it's a good thing. And I talk about that. If you want to read more into that, just check my book in the description. But I think it's a good thing. And what is gonna happen, though, it's gonna be very painful in the short to medium term. I don't have an exact timeline. Nobody does. I don't have a crystal ball. If I did, it'd be fucking great. If I had a crystal ball, I would have bought Apple stock at like 7 years old, but here we are. But yeah, so why is this happening? Why will jobs be eradicated? Why are degrees useless? It's not only the fact that it puts you in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of debt, and more people have them, so they're less valuable, and there's less and less jobs year after year. It's not even just that. It's that the reason you got a degree was to get knowledge, but now knowledge has become abundant. You got rewarded, first based on your labor, second based on your cognitive thinking abilities. That's why degrees were useful. Degrees were useful because you had a skill and you can provide value. But when AI comes in and it can, like, imagine you had a marketing company. You were marketing to a business and you had a student who spent the last 4 years playing fucking beer pong. Compare that to AI. It can literally analyze like 2,000 marketing textbooks and create a full marketing plan in seconds. And it's continuing to get better. Like, AI right now, it is very useful. People are integrating into their business and it's become very useful, and it's going to cause massive layoffs. But despite that, it is still the worst it's ever going to be. Like, AI right now is literally the worst it will ever be. It's getting better exponentially, even with all of its usefulness. That's the thing people don't realize. Everyone looks at like robots and they're like, oh my god, look at you see the memes. You see the memes of robots who are like falling over trying to shovel snow and they're fucking useless. Like, this is what's going to replace us. But I think people don't realize it's AI growth is exponential. This is why it will eradicate degrees and most jobs. Is because it doesn't, people think it goes linearly. People think it goes from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 in a nice uniform pattern. It doesn't work like that. It happens gradually and then suddenly. AI development goes from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and it's going to keep ramping up faster until it grows exponentially. That is what AI will do. That is what it is doing right now. And as you get artificial general intelligence, which is AI that is smarter than people, smarter than the engineers who are building it, that AI can then be used to develop the next AI. And then that newer AI can be used to develop the next one. And it grows, if it keeps snowballing. That's the thing. And even with all of its usefulness, right now AI is very useful if you apply it right. Many businesses are people have AI agents like running their Twitter and doing everything. Like Jeff Booth does this on his Twitter. I've seen another girl, she's a Bitcoin girl, and she has an AI bot like setting up all of her stuff and running security checks on all of her websites and shit. It's nuts. The stuff it can do, like, you don't need people anymore. There's no reason to pay for, like, my book, for example. I wrote a book a couple of years ago, and I had to do a lot of work myself. Like, I had to pay people to do the proofreading, pay people to do the cover, and now I can just use AI and develop it all for free and do a better job. Like, it's nuts. All the jobs will get eradicated because if people have to choose between using AI that's better and cheaper or paying a person to do it who's going to be worse, less motivated, and more distracted and not have the knowledge that they need, like everyone's gonna use AI or they're gonna go bankrupt. There's literally no option. So then I hear people going to get university degrees now at like 18. It's absolutely insane. Like, I'm not saying all degrees could be bad, and there are like, and like, I think trades are severely underrated, but at some point, a lot of things will be eradicated. And I think it makes sense to try to position yourself in a way that this is what I would do. Position yourself in a way so you're going in a career path that at least has some legs. Like, you don't want to go into to software engineering right now. Like, anything computer science is fucked. The first thing on a screen is like the first thing. Like, I wouldn't get a business degree right now. I think it's better to go start a business. Time you get a business degree and you go to try to work corporate, the jobs are gonna be gone. Like, I think that's one of the worst things you can do as somebody with a business degree. I think it is one of the worst things you can possibly do. I'm sure there's other jobs like lawyer. I've heard people in like businesses talk with us. They still use lawyers now, but they skip a lot of the process by using AI to go through documents and summarize it for them and simplify it. Like, there's so many people think it's crazy that lawyers are mechanics. They go in courtrooms and stuff. I'm sure that's going to take a transition, but at some point you're going to need a lot less people in an office in a law firm if you have AI that can analyze and do all the bullshit work. So you only going to really need the top level roles. It's only going to be the high up people that stay. The entry level jobs, that's something you might notice. When I was in the job hunt, there is no entry level jobs. Like, most jobs require 3 years of experience minimum because all the bullshit entry level stuff is all gone. These jobs don't exist anymore. And it's going to keep taking jobs as AI gets better. And then imagine when it combines with robotics. Like, I don't think this is going to happen suddenly, but it is going to speed up because, especially the on-screen stuff, the robotics thing takes a little more time, but this is just my thesis. But it's backed by a lot of evidence. If you look around and just see what's happening around us, like, it is inevitable that we will get AI taking jobs. So, like, going to school for a degree that AI is like, if you go to school for like, I don't know, work as a carpenter or a plumber or something, like, fair enough. But if you're going to school for like coding, you're fucked. You're literally wasting your time. It's sad that these courses are even offered now. Like, I understand you need some like there should be like a disclaimer. I feel like everyone thinks like buying courses off people is a scam when you're trying to learn stuff. Like, off people online, they charge like $3,000 for a course. And people go and spend $80,000 or more at university. They get loans, they go into debt, and then they don't even get a job out of it because the job market doesn't even offer their job anymore. It's insane. Like, it's such a scam. And I hate that people are still falling for it. Like, I wish people would realize, oh, maybe university and college isn't the end all be all. But I think that's how we were raised. As a society, we were taught to be workers. We were taught to fall in. Like, that's the thing with university. You don't really learn that much. Like, you can bullshit your way through not all degrees, but most degrees in university, in my opinion, and most courses, if you just understand what's the teacher looking for and what do they believe in, and then just tailor your answers to that, you'll get like a 60-70% average if you have a little bit of smarts. Like, it's not that complicated. That's the thing. Like, I think you should be challenged to learn and think outside the box and innovate. And I think that's the thing the university doesn't teach. It teaches you to be a cog in the machine rather than actually create something of value. It doesn't teach, like, as someone who wrote a book and is doing some business stuff and has worked multiple different jobs, I learned so much more through working than I ever learned in university. It's such a scam, especially when AI isn't coming to take those jobs as well. It's a scam before, especially when AI is coming to take jobs. It is the biggest con in the world right now, in my opinion, one of the biggest, along with broken money, which is a whole separate topic. But yeah, that's my opinion. If you are in university right now, don't freak out, but definitely look at what your job is. Is it something on a screen that an AI will be able to do in the next 5 years or less? Or is it something that is a little more future-proof? Because if you are starting your career now or building towards a career that is very susceptible, like website design, for example, you want to create websites. AI is going to do that it's just a waste of time to learn these skills. Proofreading. There's no reason to learn proofreading when AI can proofread a whole entire 300-page document in like a minute and a half. And it's AI right now, keep in mind, is the worst it's ever going to be. It's going to get exponentially better, and it's going to grow exponentially. So I think that's something to keep in mind. Like, that's something I heard someone say, we overestimate how much AI will develop in the next 2 years, and we underestimate how much it'll develop in 10 years. And I think that's the problem that I have. Like, I make videos, and I make all these claims, and I don't think they're wrong, but I think I overestimate how quick it's going to happen. But then when it starts to happen, it will happen, and it's happening right now. So it is speeding up. So something to keep in mind as you're just position yourself accordingly. And if you want to learn more about it, grab the book in the description. That's best I can tell you. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.